morning everyone, this is Shayla and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to do a tutorial. I haven't done one in a little bit. And as you can see here, this is a small little journal, and I created this after I saw dog hair. Oh, I hate static electricity. Anyway, I saw these at a thrift shop, and they're CD holders, and they're that what do you call it, that vinyl stuff, I guess. See, I found this whole box here, trifold disc cases, and I only paid $2 for the whole box. So I'm like, you know what, those could make some cute journals. And then I put them aside, and I didn't touch them for a while. But this morning I decided I have to try to do something with them because they're just sitting around and, you know, collecting dust. So I said I'm going to try to do a mini journal. So, and then I said this would be a cute project to do for a tutorial. So the measurements for these, you could use regular either a file folder or cardstock, even material if you want to use fabric. I mean, it would work. So the case, when it's opened like this, it measures 5 1/8 this way, and the whole length it measures 11 1/4. So then, you know, you could just do the measurements that the CD holder is, you know, figure it out. Let me see, like if you did just use cardstock or a file folder, one side measures about 2 3/4 on one side, and then the other side is like 3 1/8, and the middle portion is about 5 1/4, because these measure about 5. They say it measures about 5 1/8 this way and 5 1/4 this way. So you could still use a piece of cardstock, and you could do your measurements a little bit different. It doesn't matter. I mean, it would work in any which way. So yeah, this is what I used to create this journal. So before I start the tutorial, I'm going to show you what I did. Purple is really not my color. I know some people love purple, and I did find some paper that had some purple in it, and I found it in this pad of paper that I bought, I think it was last year. It was a hot buy, and I bought it at Michael's, and I used a couple pieces here and there, but to me some of the colors look fallish, and you know, but this one's called Botanical Bliss, so it could be used for the spring, I guess, but it's kind of woodsy and things like that. But anyway, I decided I might as well break this out and use this. So that's the paper pad I used. Alright, so now on the cover I decorated it a little bit. This says Timeless Love, and some paper flowers, and this pretty trim that I received in a swap. I wish I knew where this person got it, and I wish I could remember who sent it, because I would like to get some more. Maybe not this color, but it's really pretty. It's got like sequins sewn in there. It's really pretty. So these have a snap, and I had to be careful not to overload this because otherwise the snap wouldn't close. But you could use a snap, you could use any kind of closure. You know, if you do junk journals, you know there's tons of way of closing. You could even just tie it with a ribbon. So this has a snap, and you can see how loud that was. That's because this is a little chunky. And it opens up like this, and on this side and the back side I have 2 little pockets, and inside I put a couple things. This came from a swap. It says Hello Gorgeous, but these are 2 tags that I made, and I used some of that trim up there and just added some flowers. And I made those tags using my But I have a tag punch that I think I got at Hobby Lobby, and I think I showed it before. It's this one here, and this is from the Paper Studio, and you can make 1.5 inch, 2.5 inch, and a 2-inch tag, the width, and then you can do as long as you want. But I really love this. I love that. And you could do, you know, you don't have to stick with those sizes. You can go as big as 2.5 and as small as 1 inch. You just gotta, you know, put your paper in here and line it up to make it even on either side and punch it. It works for different size paper. Anyway, so that was that pocket. And then on this pocket, I have these 2 tags. So, you know, you just got to be careful. You can't really stuff it too much, you know. Here is a little journal. And on the cover, I had this library card that's so decorated library, not a card, the actual, pocket, library pocket someone sent me. And I just added this piece back here, and I added here. And then I just took some things that someone had also sent me this, and this is actually a store tag from something I got, can't remember, but I just put those in there. I added some of this pretty lace trim here, and then some raised pearl gems. Alright, so on the inside I made a pocket, and I just took some random pieces of things, like this is from a clothing tag. Here's a couple of botanical type things I found, and then this is a what do you call it, index card, and it's coffee dye, and I just stuck that in there. And then the paper, I used 10 pieces of paper and I folded them in half. So there's a lot of room in here for journaling or doing whatever. And then the back I just left plain. I didn't do too much because you don't want it to be bulky unless you find a different way of not using the snaps. I don't even know if they must still sell these. What's the date on here? I don't even know. 2006. So, wow, these are almost antique. But anyway, like I said, you could use paper or cloth or whatever, just the same. I'll have all the measurements down below for you also, so that you can follow along. I can't even talk. And then on the back, I just put a piece of this paper. This paper is pretty, but it's good for, you know, to make these and give away or sell them or whatever, but purple is not my color. Okay, so you start off. My dog hair is everywhere. It's driving me crazy. Okay, so you start off with the blank one, and you decide which way you want to open. This way or this way, it doesn't matter. And I think that one opens this way. Okay, so if you're using any paper that is printed cardstock, whatever you choose, and it has lettering or pictures on it that need to be upright, make sure they're upright on the same, because you don't want them to be upside down. I'm good for that, putting things on upside down. Okay, so now on to the tutorial. So, like I said, this measures 5 1/8 by 11 1/4, and it's already scored in the middle. And one side, I believe, what did I say that was? See, I'm already messing up. One side is 3 1/8, and the other side is 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7/8. 3, not 3, 2 and 7/8 on the other side. But I'll have the measurements below for you. Alright, so now we'll start with the cover. And because this is plastic, you need a good adhesive. The double-sided tape will not stick. I didn't try tacky glue, but I know I tried to use this tacky glue. Look at my bottle, you can tell I love this glue. I tried this on something else that was kind of slick and it did not stick. The material came away from whatever I was doing. But this glue here, it's E6000. This one is clear. It's flexible. You can paint on this. You can do a lot with this. But this is what, it's industrial strength adhesive. So this worked. That's what I used on here. And this is not coming off. So if you have some of this, fine. I mean, if you don't, you don't have to go. If you're using this, don't go running out to buy anything. Try the tacky glue, try your glue, and see if it works. But all I know is because it's slick, you need a good adhesive if you're gonna use a CD cover like this. If you're using paper or fabric, then you know you use different things. You could sew, you could use regular glue if you're doing a paper one. All right, so for the cover, is this the cover? No, that's good. All right, I have all my pieces cut here. Okay, so for these pieces here, the inside and the outside, you have to cut a notch. After you cut your pieces to fit, you have to cut out a notch. And all I did was use a circle punch and just cut a half, like a half circle on each. Alright, so all the measurements, like I said, will be below. So I'm going to take my glue. These my pieces. And I always like to put a piece of scrap paper down so when I'm resting, you know, working, because this stuff, you don't want this stuff on anything else. And you don't want to stick anything else on it. Alright, so this is my front. So you decide what you want, what paper. And I just go around all the edges. Just like that. And then I put some in the middle. And I just lay this down. I hope that was the right side. Is that the right side? Yeah. Make sure you got the right side because one side's a little bit smaller. Then you take your burnishing tool and kind of spread that out. Make sure you have a wipe, a baby wipe of some kind, ready so that you can clean up any glue. These baby wipes are my favorite. They're pure and gentle, fragrance free. You get them at Walmart. I don't know if there's any other store that you can get these, but I love these because when you wipe, there's no suds. Some of the baby wipes or the other kind of wipes have like a soapy film. I don't like that. This is really clear, so that's why I love those. You see my glue is like coming out, and I don't know why that happens, but that's why I put something extra down. Because you don't want glue all over your table, especially this glue. But I love to upcycle, I guess that's the word, things to make something new out of something old. And when I saw these, I'm like, ooh, those will make some cute journals. That's the first thing I was thinking. And I wanted something unique. I love doing things that are unique. Alright, so that's that side. Now the back here has a pocket, but I didn't want to keep it. If you want to figure out how to decorate it and keep that pocket, if you're able to find these, it's fine. But I chose not to. Alright, glue. I've been working with a lot of, I found this black and gold paper and I fell in love with it. I've been doing a few projects with it. So today I said, you know, I'm going to do a tutorial, but I'm going to change it up and not use that paper. Even though I wanted to, but I think people are getting sick of me using that paper. But, hopefully I'm putting this down, yeah. But I decided I needed to do a different color to change it up somewhat. I've been watching these videos about people exploring abandoned places, and I watch Explore with Josh on YouTube, and I just love, they go into these houses and people that used to live in these houses, and for whatever reason they became abandoned, and either the person died or something else happened. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, they don't know the whole story. Well, and they find things, some houses, it looks like the person just got up and walked away and left everything they owned. So I'm thinking some of these houses probably could be like drug related. You know, they get arrested and, you know, they leave everything behind or whatever. But there was this one place, it was either a school or a hospital, I forget which one it was, but he walked into one of these rooms. It was like an office. I believe it was a school. And he opened up a cabinet, and oh my God, there was stacks and stacks of paper not even opened. And this was, you know, like old paper. All I'm thinking, junk journal stuff. I'm like, oh my God. Now, these people, most of the people that go in and check out these places, they don't touch anything. Like, they don't take anything. That's what they claim. They don't take anything. But let me tell you, if I was able to go into a building and find all this stuff, I don't think I could control myself, because especially the old stuff, I love old antique stuff. And oh my God. But anyway, all I could think was that if I could find this place and go there with a truck and freaking, oops, sorry for saying that, and get that paper. I was like, oh my God. And it's crazy what these people leave behind for whatever reason. And I'm hooked now watching these shows. And lately the videos I've been watching, he's been like in the UK, and he even been to Vietnam and stuff. And oh my God, it's so crazy what they find in these places. So if you want to check it out, just look for abandoned places on YouTube. And there's the one I like to watch is Exploring with Josh, but there's so many different ones. And they even have people, like he goes with other people, so they have their own YouTube thing. It's amazing. Anyway, so now on the back here, there's another pocket for where the CD went. And I'm just going to put a little glue under there just to make it a little more stable for when I put my book in my journal pot. Alright, so I have all that glued on, and I have two pockets that go on either side, so I'm going to put those down, but I'm going to use my regular glue for that. But yeah, it's amazing what they find, like mansions with the vintage pictures still on the wall, like 1800. It's crazy. Crazy. You know, like, if you ever watch Downton Abbey, one place they went, it was something like that, and they still had these huge pictures on the wall and stuff. It was like, what? See, this pocket, for some reason I made too small, but it doesn't matter. I could not believe it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah, it was crazy. Alright, so now I'm going to put this aside. And I have my paper. Alright. Okay, so now the junk journal. I've got 10 pieces of paper. And the paper I cut at, first of all, the cover, excuse me. You know what? I might have to trim this paper down because I think I made this smaller. The cover here is 4 3/4, excuse me. Actually, it's 5 by 9 3/8, and then you just fold that in half. And I did use my corner punch for there. And then I have the paper. I cut 5 by 9 3/4, 9 3/8, and I'm hoping that's what that is. So let me see. I might have to trim this paper. I don't know if I trimmed it or not. Yeah, it's fine. So I fold my papers individually. And this is tea-dyed paper I'm using. You don't have to use tea-dyed. You can use coffee dye. You can use whatever you want. You can use all cardstock, whatever you like. I just had this handy. So I did up a whole bunch of paper. And now I can make journals until I run out of that paper. So I hope you're enjoying some weather, nicer weather where you are. It's starting to get a little better here in North Carolina. But I can't wait till it stays warm and don't have to worry about it dipping down to 30s in the morning, you know. We still got a few weeks to go, but at least we have that to look forward to here. So now I'm gonna round all my corners, and I'm gonna pause the camera while I do that because I don't want to waste time just doing that. Alright, so all my corners are done. So now I'm just gonna place my paper one inside the other. So, yeah. And then you put it inside your cover. Just like that. So you can bind it any way that you like. But I'm lazy and I bought this big long stapler to bind mine because I'm kind of lazy. Alright, so I just try to line up all the pages. Looks like I didn't do that corner there. Oh well. And put a couple staples in. Just like that. Alright, so now I really don't like that. I gotta trim that. I should have. see if I can fix that. Why did I not fix that? Because now that's going to bug me. Let's see. Let me just cut it off. Okay. So now you have your little booklet. Bring this back. Now you got to decide which way do you want this. Do you want this open this way or the other, because that's how you're going to lay your paper. This way, but I think I like this way. So I'm going to put some glue on the back, and I'm using this. What a mess this makes. I'm going to put some glue on the back of that. This glue smells too, so if you've got a sensitivity to strong smells, maybe you should do it outside or something, but it does have a little strong smell to it. It works good though. That's the upside of it. Alright, so we glue down. I always like to stand up and look down at my project to make sure that it's to make sure it's even. Okay, that looks good. And use your burnishing tube. Oops, I'm gonna break the paper. Alright, so now I have cut a couple of these to decorate somewhat on the inside. So now I'm done with this glue. I'm going to clean it up, get rid of that. Come on. Yuck. Put that away for now. Get rid of this because I don't want to get stuck on that. Alright, so now I'm just going to use regular glue. Put that down. Now on my other one I did not cover the back piece, but on this one I'm going to do it for you. Just want to make sure. Okay. Last weekend we took our first hike. It actually wasn't a planned one. First hike of the season. We went to go look at a house because our little housing adventure fell through, so we started looking for another house. And after we went to go look at a piece of land, actually, we decided, we didn't like the land, and we were right down the street from where there's a walking area, so we decided to stop off and go for a little walk. Well, we found a trail that's actually a bike trail. And we said, hey, you know, it's a nice day, let's walk the bike trail. We thought it, you know, wasn't going to be a long hike. Ended up being 2 miles. We're like, what the heck? But it was a nice day. And we got our first real exercise for the spring. But now that I know all those trails are there, I want to go back some more, so I think this weekend we're going to try a different place. But now, since I've been on different medications and all this stuff, I feel better, a lot better than I used to. So now, plus I had my gallbladder out. That was one of my biggest problems. But now that I've been feeling a lot better, I want to walk some more, start hiking again. Because we used to go, we don't do big hikes. We do, you know, medium big hikes, like we don't climb mountains and stuff like that. We do the easy trails. and I miss it. You know, I love taking pictures of nature and stuff. That's one of the main reasons I like going. So anyway, so I put a pocket on the inside cover of the booklet or the journal. You can add one on the back too if you want, but I didn't, only because you don't want to stuff it. But anyway, that's how I put this gem together, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button, and because that lets me know that you like that type of video, and then I'll try to do more. I love hearing your comments. I've been getting a lot of nice comments and stuff on here, and also my Facebook pages that I belong to, about my journals recently that I uploaded. And I love hearing from you. I want to hear ideas. You know, if you use one of my tutorials and you create your own, please let me know, because I want to see what your ideas on it. I love seeing people's work. And yes, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that bell button so that you be notified when I upload a new journal. I will give you links to my Facebook page if you want to join me there, and that way you can share your work. You know, if you make one of these and you want to share it with others, you know, in the group, I would love to see it. And yeah, you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching.